In Genesis 29, we see Jacob going to his uncle Laban's house in search of a wife, and he comes across Rachel. Says he falls madly in love with her, and he's like, Laban, please let me marry Rachel. And Laban and Jacob agree, okay, you work for me for 7 years and I will give you my daughter Rachel in marriage. And so Jacob does that, and then on the wedding night, Laban pulls a fast one and he actually substitutes his daughter Rachel for his oldest firstborn daughter Leah. And there's this moment in verse 25, it says that Jacob raged at Laban. How could you do this? Like, I worked 7 years for Rachel, why have you tricked me? And then verse 26, it is not our custom here to marry off a younger daughter ahead of the firstborn, Laban replied. And if you think back to the story of how Jacob got here, it was through deception. It was through tricking his father to take the firstborn blessing from Esau. And there's this weird tension that exists, and I see this in my own life too, right? That there are consequences for Jacob's decisions, and at the same time, God is still staying true to his word and fulfilling his promise to make Jacob into a great nation. In our own life, there are consequences for the decisions that we make. Jacob deceived and then he got deceived. We make decisions all the time that bring about consequences in our life, but at the same time, God can still be faithful. He can still move on our behalf. He can still be true to his word and keep his promise, even when we are experiencing correction and consequences for our decisions. What does it look like for you to lift your eyes up and not just focus on the consequences from how you got to where you are, but at the same time recognize how God is moving in your life? Make today count.